Hey everyone, welcome back. I know a lot of you have been asking the big question lately. If I'm on SSDI or SSI, am I included in the president's new stimulus bill that was just signed into law? It's such a common question that's been popping up in the comments nonstop the last few days. And honestly, I don't blame you one bit. These things are so confusing with all the moving parts and fine print. So let's clear it up today. We're not going to dig into every last detail of the bill because there's just too much in there, but I want to highlight the most popular provisions that people are wondering about, especially if you're on SSDI, SSI, Social Security Retirement, spousal survivor benefits, VA, RRB, or if you're low income in general. A lot of this will be relevant to you. So let's break it all down in a way that actually makes sense. First off, a quick shout out to Official Lady Dark Sky for sharing her experience in the comments. She worked with the team of trusted advisors I often mention to review her Medicare plan, and they found her something with better coverage that saved her money. I love hearing that. She's actually one of over 3,000 of you in this community who've reached out to them. If you're on Medicare, seriously, take advantage of it. It's 100% free. They'll compare all the supplement, Medigap, Part D, and Medicare Advantage plans out there to make sure you're not overpaying or missing coverage. The scary part? Around 90% of seniors are actually on the wrong plan, which can be a huge problem if you ever face a big medical bill that your plan doesn't cover. And let's be real, nobody wants to deal with surprise bills. Best of all, if you call them now before annual enrollment hits in a few months, you'll basically get a VIP line, so you don't end up stuck behind millions of other seniors when enrollment actually opens. So do yourself a favor, give them a call if you're on Medicare. Anyway, back to the stimulus bill, because this is the part you're here for. A lot of you have heard about this big reconciliation bill the president signed on July 4th. Naturally, everyone wants to know, what's in it for me? And I want to be super clear. There's a lot in it, but it's not the kind of bill that's sending everyone a big fat check in the mail. That's just not what this is. It's mostly about deductions and credits, so let's make sure you know what you can claim. One of the biggest questions has been about the $6,000 deduction. Let's talk about that first, because it's the hot topic. This isn't a check you get in the mail. It's a deduction on your tax return. Now, can SSDI or SSI beneficiaries claim it? The answer is yes, but there's a catch. You have to be 65 or older. That's the magic number. If you are, you can get that $6,000 deduction as an individual or $12,000 if you're a married couple filing jointly. And since most SSDI and SSI recipients have incomes well below the thresholds, you'd qualify in terms of income. But there's another twist. If you're on SSI specifically, your income is usually so low that you're already under the standard deduction threshold anyway. In other words, you might not even need this extra $6,000. It wouldn't really benefit you because your tax liability is already zero. Now, quick disclaimer, I'm not your tax advisor. Everyone's situation is different. Always talk to a professional about your own case. Another popular question, what about the child tax credit? This got bumped up from $2,000 to $2,200 per child. Can SSDI or SSI beneficiaries claim that? Sure, if you have a qualifying dependent under 18. Again, your income will almost certainly be under the cap, so that's not the barrier. The key is having a qualifying child on your return. Keep in mind, though, that the full $2,200 isn't refundable. Only part of it might be. Now let's talk about the big SALT deduction, the state and local tax deduction, raised from $10,000 to $40,000 for the next 5 years. Could you benefit from that? Technically, yes. There is no rule excluding SSDI or SSI beneficiaries. But let's be real, most people on SSDI or SSI weren't even hitting the old $10,000 cap in the first place. This change is really aimed at higher income taxpayers, so while you're included, it probably doesn't mean much for you personally. One thing I want to be absolutely clear about, this bill does not repeal taxes on Social Security benefits. I know there's been chatter about that, but it's not true. Social Security benefits can still be taxed depending on your income. What this bill does is offer that $6,000 or $12,000 deduction to help offset potential taxes on benefits. But it's not eliminating those taxes entirely. So overall, yes, as an SSDI or SSI beneficiary, you're technically included in many of these provisions, but whether they actually help you depends a lot on your income and situation. If you're just living on your monthly benefit and nothing else, your income is probably low enough that you don't really need these deductions in the first place. But if you're working or have other income on top of your benefit, then these deductions could help reduce your tax bill. I hope this clears things up a bit. Like I said, this bill is huge, with tons of provisions, but for most SSDI and SSI recipients, the bottom line is that your income is probably already below the thresholds that make these deductions critical. Still, it's important to know what's in there so you're not leaving anything on the table. If you have more questions about this, or want me to go deeper into any part of it, drop a comment below. I'd be happy to make another video or even do a live Q&A to help you figure it out. And once more, shout out to official Lady Dark Sky. Thank you for sharing your success story. If you want to join the thousands of others who've already gotten help with their Medicare plan, call the number I've got for you, or use the link down below in the description or top of the comment section. It's 100% free, and they'll help you sort through the 20,000 plus plans out there so you get the right coverage at the right price. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and share it with anyone who might need this info. Let's help each other out. Check out the other videos on the channel while you're here. There's a ton to explore. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.